Hello! I had to make sure I didn't pull a me and, have the mic off. But I do have that on. I can't do anything right. Why do I even... I'm a consummate professional. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Sunday night, 7 o'clock. It is another Sunday night Disney discussions with yours truly. And I would be Dave. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know that I'm live. Do I win for being first after you actually started? Yes, Jeanette. I think that is 100% true. Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday. It is we have made it through another weekend. Thank Jeebus. We all get to go back to work tomorrow. We're all super excited to head on back to the grind. But before that, we're going to get into some Epcot. We're going to get into some Epcot Food and Wine, like you didn't know it was coming. But look, I got a different spin on this, right? And we'll get into the whole deal in a hot minute. But different spin on it. You know, normally we just go through menus and talk about it. And I tell Steve that he's pronouncing things wrong. But that's for Wednesday night. So I'm going to save that for Wednesday night. I got a different take. Now, since I am, a food and wine professional, seeing how I've been twice, 2 years in a row, menus are getting a little, stale the way to say it. I don't know. That'd be a food pun. I think it's a dad joke for sure. But we're going to talk about, if we could, we're going to pull the Josh D'Amaro of, if we could potentially reimagine what the menus at these booths would be on a more regular basis instead of once every decade. If over behind the Japan Pavilion, where they put the little Greek place right there, if we could have that, would we change anything? And frankly, the second half of that is, should we change anything? And the only reason I say should we is there are people that look forward to the same stuff every year. There is a Euro cart, dude. Sanudo. There is. It's right near Morocco. Excuse me, Morocco. But yeah, for sure. Or we go make up our own menus. Yeah, wait, that is true. We go and make up our own menus. That's 100% true, Zip. Or we just don't go to Food and Wine and go to La Cava instead. Yeah, fun stuff. But yeah, we'll get into all that fun stuff as we dive into the evening that is Disney discussion with Dave. It's actually going to be a relatively decent discussion about Disney instead of random stuff like it's been occasionally. But real quick, let's say hello to first Sanudo. What's going on? Sean Williams, hope you're well. Sebastian the Crab, Jeanette, first post-official starting of the stream. Classy Disney Mom, welcome in. Murph, what's going on, dude? Hope you are well. Zippity Doodad, how you doing, Patrick? Good seeing you. Teener, good seeing you as well. Debbie Bernfeld, hope you are well as well. Samantha Lowe, happy Sunday to you. It's a fun-filled evening. We'll say hello to our other friends as they come in. But let's first discuss announcements. I feel like it's the beginning of a school day when I do this. But anywho, Dawson's mad about something that just happened on Call of Duty. So if you hear someone yelling, it's him. Not me for once, surprisingly. But welcome in. Hey, look, if anyone's new, if it's your first time here, don't be afraid to say hello in chat. Please say hello. We don't bite. Sanudo might. but we don't bite. But say hello to yourself. Say what's up. But yeah. So look, what's going on the channel? First things first. Last week dropped the Why Eat It baseline in Brown Derby instead of making an ADR at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Dizzaran, welcome in. How are you? But we dropped that last week. A little bit of a different take. I think I'm going to do a little more along those lines. Try to be a little more informative. That's kind of always been my shtick. So do that as much as the vlogs. This week's will be a vlog though. Dropping it Tuesday. It'll be the next day in our 2022 trip. It'll be a doozy. Pretty sure it's Boathouse Brunch. So keep an eye out for that Boathouse Brunch with friends on top of it. So check for that. Hope you're all enjoying the shorts. I'm enjoying the heck putting them out. So we got that. You can check them out on the YouTube. Obviously, if you want to go and check out the other socials, Instagram, TikTok, all the fun stuff, they are there as well. Want to say a big thank you to our patrons, Debbie Bernfeld, Mandy V, Jill W, Jason Udo, and Karen Cook. Thank you all. Appreciate you all. If you want to join the Patreon, link is down below. Go ahead and check that out. $5 a month, supports the channel. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, random things, thoughts by me. And we do a Patreon live stream / get together / whatever once a month. So if you'd like to, the link, as I said, is down below. Also, big announcement, probably the biggest one. It's an announcement. If you guys saw it Thursday night, we did start Disfluencers podcast back up again. Thank you, Sunudo, for posting that. Thursday night was Disfluencers pod. Sorry, my bad. It drops tomorrow on all podcast platforms. So it will be there. It's Disfluencers podcast. You can search it on your favorite podcast platform. Now, granted, this one, it's obviously going to be the same thing from Zip. I'll get to that in a second. It'll be the episode from Thursday night, but it's dropping this week. So if you want to go check it out on your favorite podcast platform, go ahead and do so. Now, there's an absolute story about this. Is Zip used to text me and be like, "Yo, you better start this back up because I need to have something to listen to while I cut my grass." Like, happened a lot. Well, Zip, it's back. So recording was Thursday evening live on the YouTube if you want to watch it there. Also, it will be on all your favorite podcast platforms for audio. Listen, it was with Morgan from Just Some Magic, the Just Some Magic podcast. Go and check that out as well. Cool. Other than that, that's about it. It's been a fun, lovely. Christine Hickman, welcome in. Hope you're well. It's been a lovely weekend. The usual Sam's Club trip yesterday was gorgeous yesterday. Today, lots of rain. Actually got 10.5 miles in this morning. So I'm like super chill right now. It's like, yeah. But that was a blast. I'm sore. I'm tired. I'm going to fight my way through this. It's not really a fight, to be honest. Thanks, Zip. Appreciate it. But yeah, so look, we're going to talk food and wine. We're going to talk a relative lot about food and wine. Wait, from grocery shopping? No, from running 10.5 miles, Tina. I mean, grocery shopping is kind of tiresome if you go to Sam's Club at the wrong time of day. I think we've all been there. But yeah, tired from grocery shopping. Wouldn't surprise me if I was. But But yeah, so look, Food and Wine's been around for a hot minute, right? And I know everyone has their favorites, but I feel like I get tired from sleeping, says Sanudo. That's hilarious. Um, Zip, I'll get to that in a second. Here's why. So I feel like they need to look, in my eyes, look at a little more closely at keeping the favorites, adding some new stuff. It's interesting. Zip, last year it kind of was food and IPAs. It was actually food and ciders if you really wanted to get into it. The amount of wine that wasn't on the menu was shocking. And it's not exactly the same. Like I get that people that people go back for they want to go back and try the same stuff. But there's really is something to be said about them offering new things for people to want to come back during that time of year. And not just locals. I mean, that's huge for them if they would actually play into that, but they don't. But I figured today we would go through, and we're not going to hit everyone here. I mean, there are a bunch of booths, obviously, but we'll go through. We will look at them, and then we'll figure out what, if anything, we could do that is new, right? And on top of that, what new booths would you guys like to see? So as we're going through here, don't hesitate to throw some thoughts and or ideas in the comments that you have. Let me pull this up. This is from Chip and Co. There were less ads on it. Give me a second. Let me go. All right. As I say, less ads. There's one ad that is going to stay there the entire time. So cool. At least for a while. Yep. All right. So let's do something else if we can. A little bigger. Is that gonna work? I think that works. We can read, right? Cool. All right. So look, they start out with the Simmering Ships hosted by Corksicle. Can we stop hosting stuff? I get that they want to. Sunito says he wants a Zootopia booth. Loves to eat random animals 100%. Ireland needs to keep that cake. I 100%. We'll get there in a second. It's not far from there, Sean. Tina, can you talk about Threads next week? If Threads is still around, I will gladly talk about it. I'll talk about it today if you want me to. If you're sticking around, we can do it here in a little bit. For sure. I have thoughts. No, you're not asking a dumb question. It's not that at all. So Threads is obviously just Twitter on Instagram. The cool thing about Threads is that you get to port over everyone that you have as a follower and that you are following from Instagram. It's really, really interesting because it's the first new social media platform that didn't have its own organic growth. And frankly, as much as people are saying that it is a new social media platform that that you can quote unquote be early and effectively grow your brand on Threads. I'm not saying you can't, so I'm not poo-pooing that by any means, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be like TikTok where you can be super early, post a bunch of videos, right? And 100% could grow your brand and become someone there. It's like the people that were on Vine early were did well because they were early for two reasons. One, well, they were early and there wasn't a lot of content, but there were a lot of users. So people would watch their content. They were not forced to, but their content was pushed out more, right? That was always the big thing about TikTok. Everyone said that the content on TikTok was pushed out more when it really switched from, hey, we're just dancing, to we have real content. So that's that. The issue with this is you're able to port your follows and followers into threads, which is a great thing for people that have a following, right? From a creator standpoint, right? So that's where we're at here. From a user standpoint, it makes perfect sense. Because how many times were you not following someone on TikTok, but you were on Instagram? And then when you finally found them on TikTok, you're like, they've been here forever, and they've been making different content and better content. Amy, AJC Magic, welcoming. Yes, I do have a Threads account. Brandy Dave does have the Threads account. So check it out. And I've been messing around with it. But here's the real interesting part. And I saw the whole, hey, it's not part of Meta. I get that. You have Facebook, who bought Instagram, who now has long form written word in Facebook, videos, pictures, the grow your, follow who you want, all that fun stuff, right? Yeah, Tina, it is basically Instagram being Twitter. They ripped it off 100%. Mandy V, what's up? Welcome in. But the interesting part is you're going to see more, right? Like, this opened the door for everyone to try to do everything. Now, we're not talking about, hey, it's YouTube and we're going to build out our own TikTok inside of it with YouTube Shorts, which they've done to varying degrees of successes. I enjoy making it. I enjoy making short form content. You guys know that. So I really enjoy making shorts. Seen some success with shorts. I really, really like it. Wendy, welcome in. But what's really interesting is that, YouTube kind of did the same thing with the community tab. They tried to build out another Facebook and people didn't like it, right? They you read the community tabs, but you're not utilizing it like Facebook. It's slightly different. It doesn't have the functionality, but it's close. The interesting part now is that Facebook blatantly took short form written content, which is Twitter, right? And said, we're going to do that on Instagram. You're going to not have to start over, and you're going to, Debbie T, I did not forget you. I'm sorry. Welcome in. You're going to have other platforms that are going to 100% start to do the same thing. Like, they took Twitter, made Twitter on Instagram with your followers. The real interesting part is that it's a different type of medium from posting pictures, right? Instagram then made Reels, which is 100% the attempt to integrate TikTok into what they do on Reels as well. So now you have on Instagram the ability to use a TikTok-esque app to utilize a Instagram as it was originally functioned, or as it originally functioned. The tie-in to Facebook, where Reels will cross over if you click a button, and now you have Threads, which is 100%. You can now incorporate it into your stories. You can add your thread to your standard Instagram stories. So it's really interesting in that Instagram is making a play, Meta is making a play to have everything. you're going to have everyone else try to do the same thing. You're going to have YouTube attempt. Like what's holding YouTube back now from creating a second YouTube app that is just Threads, but it's Twitter, but it's YouTube, whatever they would call it, Eater. I don't know. WordTube. I like WordTube. We should go with WordTube. Okay, I'm going to take a break. Kenneth, welcome in. Hope you are well. Debbie T, hello. Surf Bum, what's going on, dude? Who else did I miss? Wendy B, hello. Did I miss anyone? I hope I didn't. Christine Hickman, I said hello, I believe. Amy, I said hello. All right, cool. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. So here's my deal. Threads was huge on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I said this on Dad Bod's stream last night. It seems like people forgot about it over the weekend. I'm not saying it's people aren't posting. It doesn't seem to be as busy as it was during the work week. So apparently people are using it at work and wanted to try it. And now it's the weekend and they forgot about it. So we'll see what happens. It is just one more place that you have to post things if that's your kind of thought process, right? Still pushing my fictional Moonbeams app. Yeah, Kenneth, dude, you should just write it out, man. It'll be all good. Just build it out and they will come. Or so I heard in a movie once. But yeah, so Threads will be interesting. I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, you look at the Stories app or the Stories portion of Instagram, it's basically Snapchat. It disappears in 24 hours, right? So they took that functionality and did that, and then Snapchat was kind of eh. I don't know if you're going to have the entirety of the world move from Twitter, where they're already ingrained, over to Instagram, just because. In some capacity, yes, they're pushing it to be a more friendly version of Twitter. But as you all know, when it's any corner of the internet, that's not necessarily it's not necessarily able to keep the trolls out long term. So we're 5 days into it, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days into it, right? I think some people had it Wednesday. But man, it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. Am I using it? Yes. I'm answering more on it. For some reason, I mean, Twitter's kind of my shtick, kind of always been, sort of, but focus is elsewhere. You only have so much time in a day. So it's kind of where we're at. Have I been playing with it? Yes. Will I? Yes. I'm ready to break on my 2400 baud modem. Yeah, nice. 100%. That's fantastic. Tina, I hope I helped. It's interesting, to say the least. So, all right. Food and wine. Here we go. What do we want to see changed? What don't we? Here's my thing. When it comes to this Simmering Ships hosted by Corksicle, it's a place to go get a bunch of mimosas, and it's actually cool. And they have a pretty nifty Corksicle glass that you can get with it. That's pretty solid. I don't think we ate anything there. I don't know if anyone did. It's just dessert. So that's that. All right. Here is Ireland, the food in Ireland. Fisherman's seafood pie, roasted Irish sausage with cold cannon potatoes and onion gravy. And then the chocolate pudding cake. Listen, keep the chocolate pudding cake. I'm cool with that. The sausage is solid. I think that you should have bangers and mash for sure. I don't know if Fisherman's seafood pie is the way to go. It'd be interesting with shepherd's pie. It would be interesting to do a corned beef and cabbage. If you were looking for something that was different, would definitely do it. Kenneth, the roasted Irish sausage is good. I mean, bangers and mash is solid. I wish it was a Guinness gravy instead. Well, it probably is. They just didn't say it, but the onion gravy is fantastic. I make a banging one, by the way. We might have to get back into some of these cooking streams. They're kind of fun. It's been a hot minute. Wendy didn't get to try the pudding cake last time. Sounds awesome. Yeah, definitely. Seafood pie was not good at last year. Dizarn. Yeah, it just doesn't sound good, right? Like what you have to take into consideration is that they're making all of this ahead of time and then heating it up. Seafood usually doesn't do too well that way, right? Like it's one thing to have a chilled crab cake sandwich that you then heat up. Like that's not bad. This doesn't. I don't know, man. Doesn't sound good. I know the Guinness Bailey's coffee shake is fantastic. I don't know why we have another mead. There were a bunch of those as well. And Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale, at least it's a real one. It's kind of a thing. Canada, I don't think you can touch. You can never touch it for sure, 100%. It has to be the filet mignon the way it's always been, and it has to be the cheddar and bacon soup. People love it. You can't touch it. The only thing you could do is add something. But like, what else are you adding from Canada? I don't know. It's interesting that you have a wine, a single wine, in the Chateau des Charmes Cabernet Sauv. Okay, cool. And then the Collective Arts Brewing. They used to have, what was like ephemerae? What was the Trois Pistoles? They had a bunch of. Why can't I think of what the brewer was? Man, it'll come to me later. They used to have a bunch of those on tap all the time, and it's gone. I feel like, okay, cool. Like you have another lager. Why don't you just put like Moosehead there or Molson or one of the big ones, right? Like it doesn't make sense. Yeah, booths are awesome. Don't do mushrooms. Mushrooms are great. I think they'll do it without it, to be honest, Sean, if you really wanted to. All right, so France again. I'm not sure you could change any of this because you're not going to change the creme brulee. That's just the thing. Kenneth, you're ridiculous. Well, they'd be handling more pelt dress stuff. Yeah, I get it. It's still funny though. I don't know if you can change anything out in France when it comes to the food there, right? So you have the beignet with 3 cheese, you have the escargot, you're not going to get anything there, and you have the beef. I don't think they're going to change anything out there. Maybe. I mean, I'm trying to think. Because you got the beef, like with pommes frites, basically. Not really, but wait, people like French food? I don't know. I mean, they like this. Like the issue is that escargot, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go try escargot. All right, cool. It's interesting. Yeah, it's 100% unfortunate that we don't see anything new. There's really nothing new here. For the first few, and that's kind of my thing. Can we at least add one, take one out? Time for them to mix up the menus at the festival. It's 100% true, Wendy. That's kind of what we're doing today. We're kind of blue skying this. Like, what would you like to see at these locations? Beverages, right? So we got some new beverages. We got a Sauv blend. We have a Chardonnay. That's probably the 2 wines that they had anyways. Just they're different wineries now. And then we got the Parisian Cosmos slush. So vodka, Grey Goose, Citron, Grand Marnier, and cranberry juice. So it's the same as the other slush. They're just calling it something different. And was it always cranberry there? No, that was the mango one, right? So they're doing that instead of the mango. That's interesting. That's probably pretty good. And then you have mimosa. And no reason why they have Evian water. All right. So here we get into Greece. The gyros there, by the way, Sanudo, The gyro is actually pretty darn good for it being festival food, right? This is the first time we've seen something new, and it is plant-based impossible moussaka. Whatever that is, I don't know. Spanakopita, cool, classic. You probably have to do that. Grilled cheese with pistachios and honey. That actually sounds okay. I don't know if I would try it, but like again, there's one new item, and it's plant-based. Don't know why. It's probably okay. Canada could do some elk or moose. I'd try it. Wendy, it would be really interesting if they did an elk dish. Be fantastic. I think that there's enough call for it. Greeks actually do solid pizza. They do. Wendy B. Only plant-based I want is ice cream. That's true. I'm pretty sure that's not plant-based. Or are you talking about getting real plant-based ice cream? To be honest, the impossible stuff isn't bad. Griddled cheese was different tasting. Probably wouldn't get it again. Says Dizarn. Okay. It's a tweener for me, right? Like I feel like it'd be a very interesting meld of flavors. Pistachios are pretty good. The sweetness of the honey, right? Saltiness from the cheese could be pretty interesting. So, but I will take your word for it. Yeah, Debbie, I'm sorry I'm making you hungry. But again, beverages. Okay, so you got a white wine, a rosé, and a dry red. None of those are new. They do have a wine flight. So Belgium, beer braised beef with smoked Gouda, Belgian waffle with warm chocolate ganache, Belgian waffle with berry compote. So we got the waffles. You can't take the waffles out. Do we really need another beef dish? We've been through 5 booths, and there's been 1, 2, 3 beef dishes and lamb. Okay, cool. Possible Burger's good, Debbie. I'm telling you. It's interesting for sure. But so do we need that here? I'm not up on Belgian cuisine. But we'll see. So this is interesting as a beer nerd. So Chimay Grand Reserve, Brasserie des Choufs. So it's from a Chouf in Belgium. Both of those are solid Belgian ales, I guess. Chilled mocha coffee. That's weird. Delirium red fruit Belgian ale. I don't know why they don't just go with Tremens, but they do have 2 other that are pretty big, high alcohol content beers in the Chouf and the Chimay. So 100%. Mandy, you're right. Belgium does sound good. Like the waffles, I'm sure are banging. Like the thing is that, okay. So the other thing is, do we need a beef dish here? Do we just make Belgium into the waffle place? And you do like 4 different waffles. So you do 3 sweet, you do the chocolate, you do the berry compote, you do a chocolate and berry chocolate with berry compote, and then you do like a savory waffle. Like have you ever had like not southern chicken and waffles with fried chicken, but like northern chicken and waffles where it's a chicken gravy, like basically roasted or boiled chicken, and then a gravy made out of it and then poured over the waffles. That is banging. And if they did that there, I'd be cool with it. I don't think that's a Belgian dish, but it would work out in my eyes. 100%. Brazil, the Feijoada, I think, or that Fei. Is it Hoda or I'm not sure. I don't speak Portuguese, unfortunately. Black beans with pork belly, and then Ben's original long grain white rice. So Brazil nut pesto. That again is not new. Neither is the Brazilian cheese bread. Everyone loves the cheese bread, and frankly, Brazilian cheese bread is super good. I think you'd have to keep that. You could probably take the beans and rice with pork belly off the menu, and it'd be fine. And put something else. It would be really interesting if they pretended that this was a Brazilian style steakhouse and they just walked around with food on swords. That'd be great. I'd be a big fan of that. And then I feel like this is one where they just 100% just skipped on the beverages. You got the Brazilian black lager and then whatever frozen caipirinha with kachaka, I think so. I don't even know what that is. I'm sure it's delicious. So we got that. Now, here we go. Japan. The fire taiko roll, sushi with spicy tuna, cucumber, and pickled daikon radish. Now, that thing is not new. It is just back. It was super good. I remember having that in August of 2019. It was super good. The beef wagyu don, traditional Japanese rice bowl with American wagyu beef over steamed white rice. That'd be interesting. Teriyaki chicken bun. You have to do that. So again, you have to do the chicken bun. I like the fact that there's 2 new things here. I thought that this was a little meh last year. Don't know if anyone else had that same thought process, but I did. Daikon radish is super good. Love teriyaki and like to do the Wagyu don. Yeah, I'd try all of this. I would definitely eat the sushi in a heartbeat. It's so good. And then sake. They always have sake, but this is a sake passion cocktail. Different type of sake, and then they brew hub, Momo Amber Ale. Don't know why that's in Japan. Why don't we get an actual Japanese? It would be really interesting if they took it a step further and did a Japanese scotch. The sake booth always has the shortest line. It's 100%. Sake was pretty good. The sake booth in the back of the store, there's no one there. All right, so Flavors of America, we got a couple new things. It's interesting to me. We got chilaquiles, corn tortilla chips, tossed in salsa verde with ranch chicken, queso. That's probably solid. Fresh baked carrot cake. So they always have the carrot cake. The cioppino. So seafood stew. That's interesting. I don't know how that's going to translate to festival food. And then an Italian hot beef sandwich. 2 new things in America. Okay. Probably pretty good. I feel like they could do a lot more. Like this is one of the things I was going to say about multiple booths. It'd be really interesting if they did like a southern booth where it was chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits and like low country boil, right? Like that'd be fantastic. Crawfish, whatever. Yeah, 100% Kenneth. I will too. But like for real, it'd be interesting if they did that. Then they did Pac Northwest, and they did Midwest, right? Have just an actual barbecue booth. Now I get it. They have some of these. It'd be interesting. Northeast, just a bunch of seafood. We'll see. Tony had horse once in Italy. They could do that. They could. So we got beef meatballs, tomato sauce in Italy. Cavatelli with sweet sausage ragu. This is traditionally one of the most expensive ones on the lemon ricotta cheesecake. I think they've had that for a hot minute. No, that's new as well. So Italy is completely new. So the focaccia with meatballs, like a meatball sandwich on focaccia, that'd be interesting. That actually looks pretty good. I would hit in a heartbeat. They don't have okay. So why do we have Italian margarita with tequila and limoncello? Take that off. That's been on the menu for a long time. It's dumb. Take it off. Keep the sangria on. That's cool. But everything else is super sweet. Peroni, I guess you have to have it because it's the standard Italian beer. But it'd be really interesting if they would do like a table wine, a table red, and then and I get it. Like add something else. Like the wines are too sweet. Stop it. Stop it for real. So now Spain, I will say the The charcuterie in a cup is super good. The paella is super good. I didn't have the seafood salad I've had before. It's super good. I'm fine with keeping all of this the same, but and I also think that it 100%, when you think of those three things, you think of Spain, right, Debbie? 100%. They need it to not be sweet. And then obviously we have sangria up here from Italian sangria. I don't know why we need that. Then we have actual sangria down here. They're all new. Looks interesting. It's the one thing they focused on. Germany, the word I'm not going to be able to pronounce. They've had it. The bratwurst on a pretzel roll and apple strudel. Everyone loves all of it. I think your representation is pretty okay. You got pretzels, you got bratwurst, and you got beer. It is pretty interesting though that they have the Kolsch, they have the Fest beer, and then they have the stupid Schafferhofer prickly pear Hefeweizen stupid thing. At least it's not. Well, it's still the same thing. It's a Radler. I almost guarantee. Prickly pear Hefeweizen. Why is there fruit juice in it? Stop it. Just absolutely stop it. I'm sure the Rieslings are good. It's two different ones there. I'm here for the Kolsch. I'm here for the Fest beer. They need a dark beer. Get rid of the Hefeweizen. People, if they want to if they want to have a Heffy, they're going to go get the grapefruit flavored one anyways, because they don't. Rachel, yeah, there are some non-alcoholic ones as we go through here. You just like caught us at the time. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Got the Alps, dark chocolate fondue with berries. Okay, cool. Plant-based, interesting. This Swiss cheese sandwich, like the ham and cheese, sounds pretty okay. It's interesting, right? I think we're fine here. I mean, it's okay. I really don't know. The Alps, are we calling that Switzerland? I guess technically. Kind of there. Chocolate fondue, everyone loves anyway, so you might as well. Honestly, you can make this a dessert thing for sure. The beers from Austria, they trying to make this Australian. Then why are we not having Black Forest ham, but it's Alpine ham? Is that the same thing? I'm not sure. Noah, what's going on, dude? Welcome in. Not 100% sure, but anywho, cool. This booth, I don't know if I've ever purchased anything at it, to be honest. Interesting. Going into Kenya here, the coffee barbecued beef tenderloin is always a hit, and the skewered shrimp was also always a hit. I'm cool with both of these. I think I had the beef a while ago. Was it 2019? It was good. Don't love the Rosselette cheese. I don't know. I don't know if I know what it is. But yeah, for sure. No beverages. Or the Congo Pilsner from 81 Bay Brewing in Tampa. Okay, cool. Don't get it. India near China Pavilion. Curry spiced crispy cheese with mango curry ketchup. That sounds interesting. None of this is new though. I mean, chicken tikka masala, you have to have. The samosa, I'm not sure. It'd be interesting if they put a dessert in here, but you have to have curry, you have to have chicken tikka masala. I get it. I mean, that's kind of for sure a thing. The mango lassi, doesn't Steve love that? For some reason, I know someone will know. We will, Rachel. I'm not going either, so I will be watching. So the cork circle stemless flute you can get there. The mango lassi with some sort of liqueur. A couple wines. We went through a few booths there where there wasn't a ton. Steve likes any drink with fruit in it. That's 100% true. 150,000% true. China was always good. I'm super excited for this new duck with hoisin sauce. That sounds fantastic. Again, I don't know if you're going to take noodles off the menu. I don't know if you're going to take chicken dumplings off the menu. It'd be really interesting, and I get their thought process. If you really want to go up to the quick service, you can get orange chicken or General's chicken or whichever one they have up there officially. Um, so I get this. I like the duck though. I like the crispy duck additional. Got the bubble tea. What'd you say, Kenneth? Can we order him something really fruity for him to sip on in a ridiculous glass while he bowls tomorrow? Yeah, why not? Again, I don't know if they just don't want people standing in line just to grab like a standard Sapporo or whatever. They have the Brew Hub Lychee Food Draft. Um, that'll be interesting. Don't know why we have tequila here. Why aren't we featuring something else? Um, the the bao bun's yummy. At least the one last year was. Fireworks sound awesome, right? Mexico tostada de carditas. This is all new. But again, you're having a tostada. There's a taco, which I think there was a ribeye taco last year. Now it's slow braised beef. Same type of thing. Looks solid. I feel like you could do a lot more with this booth, just in general. Like you could do oh, why can't I think of it? Avocado mousse. Snudo, all that is just avocado that you took out of an avocado. Because as soon as you take it out, it falls apart. Kenneth, that's the fun thing. There's no prices on any of this yet. It's probably okay, but it might not be. But you got the taco, you got the tostita, or the tostada, not Tostitos. Those are good too. But the tostada, what was I thinking? Like a chile relleno, or like a stuffed poblano that was then fried. Like that'd be solid. It'd be real solid. Birria tacos would be fantastic. I mean, a little container to dip those in. With the pork or beef, either or. Like I'm down for it. And then you have flan and tres leches, which is new, which is weird. I know people are not going to be happy about the other dessert going. Deep fried avocado is the shizzle. They should do that. Wendy, I haven't had it. Anything deep fried is pretty solid. This is where you can put all the tequila drinks that you want. 100%. I like how they haven't settled on a Mexican craft beer yet. Scott, Australia. This place was always reasonable. I don't know what like. I don't know what classifies as standard Australian cuisine. So, sweet and spicy bushberry shrimp. You got shrimp. You got roasted lamb. Everyone loved the lamb last year. We're all right. I'm okay with this the way that it is. So then we get into all of these. So Hawaii's back. They haven't changed anything up at this place in 65 years. I don't know if you need to, because the Kahlua pork sliders are really good. You have to have Spam, and the passion fruit cheesecake is one of the most sought after things there. So that's cool. It'd probably be tough to pull off, but like a poke bowl would be great. Some sort of fish dish, little noodle bowl, something along those lines would be fantastic. Been watching a lot of Guy Fieri. We've talked about this before. He's been to Hawaii a bunch, and there have been some very good food truck-esque places that are making poke bowls. And I think a poke bowl here would be out of this world good. Out of this world good. They could do it. So I'm saying that that's what they need to do. 100%. Obviously, we have to have something from Kona Brewing. Florida Orange Grove Sparkling Pineapple Wine. Don't know. I mean, I get it. It's a local pineapple wine. It's probably sweet as all get out. And the Alani Sunrise Vodka, Dole, Pineapple Juice, and Grenadine. So basically, that is just advertisement for Alani. That's all it is at this point. So cool. Noodle Exchange. Now, this sounds great. Again, ramen's fantastic. Impossible pork udon. That sounds great, even though it's impossible. Thai shrimp with rice noodles sounds great. Ramen with tofu. Okay, cool. So did they do traditional pho here once? Because that'd be great if we're doing noodles. That'd be awesome. But this looks okay. Beverages, Parish Brewing, strawberry Mochi Berliner Weiss. I'm sure that's all right. It's fruited Berliner Weiss, but whatever. We'll see. Brew Wing at the Odyssey. So, orange cardamom wings are new. The Impossible Buffalo Chicken Tenders. Again, I don't think they need those, and here's why: because the crispy Brussels sprouts are banging, dude. They're the best. I don't think that they could take those off the menu ever with plant-based blue cheese. It is fake blue cheese. It is fantastic. If there's anything I'm taking off, it's the garlic Parmesan wings, because you can get that at any bar ever. Stop it. Just absolutely stop it. You have traditional buffalo wings. You have the scorching hot Scotch bonnet ones that are going to be out of this world good. Creamy cucumber raita, whatever that is. They use big words for sauces apparently now these days. And the peanut butter and jelly sticky wings. They had those last year. They were a hit, I guess. I didn't have them. But I'll tell you what. This place looks pretty okay. I don't know the orange. I don't get the orange cardamom wings. I really don't. But whatever. I'll try new stuff. Last year's were good. It was some interesting flavors though, for sure. Really, DizRN? I do not like Brussels sprouts, and I loved those. Like, it didn't taste like a Brussels sprout, surprisingly. Big fan. Then we got all the beers and all the ciders. They did that. That's fantastic. You have a beer flight, you have a cider flight. They're all new. It's interesting. You got a lager. You got the Brew Hub French Connection IPA. Don't know what that is. Three Daughters Old Fashioned Porter. Don't know why we need porters in Florida in the heat of July. Is this one opening late too? No, it's not. All right, cool. Then they have the pickle milkshake. Can't handle it. Just can't handle it. Flavors from Fire. Chimichurri marinated steak. That sounds fantastic. That's new. That's fantastic. Spiced chocolate tart with barbecue. Love you, honey. Possible burger slider. I'm sure that's fine. I've had Impossible sliders at DizRN. I tried them because you said they were great. Well, they were great. They are great. Try them again. Smoked corned beef. We got corned beef here. Okay, cool. This place looks pretty solid. Couple new items. Follows the theme very well. Branches out a little bit. Solid stuff. We got the swine brine, which is surprisingly super good. I could have a bunch of those. The fry basket, I do not understand why everyone loved this place last year. I get it that it was new, but everyone loved it. I guess people love French fries. Is what it is, I guess. The pickle fries with dill ranch sound pretty solid. Everyone loved the yuca fries. Everyone loved the sea salt malt vinegar fries and the barbecue bacon fries with smoked aioli. All that stuff. People loved it. I get it. I know you love it, people. I'm actually okay with this. I'm okay with it. They brought one new thing in. We don't need to muck it up by making it just another place to get poutine. So I'm here for it. Sweet potato casserole fries with candied pecans. It's probably really good. Stone Brewing Salt and Lime Lager. I do not understand why we have so many So many fruited beers. Stop it. And by the way, this is called Food and Wine. No wine. There's a wine right there. No wine. No wine. One wine. Two wines there. So there's not a lot. Gene, what's going on, dude? Welcome in. So we did that. We got the fry basket going. Coastal Eats, lump crab cake. Look, good stuff. I mean, it's okay. Are we going to whine about the lack of wine? Yes, Kenneth, I will. I will rant about the lack of wine, and I'm not a wine drinker. You don't call the darn festival Food and Wine when you're not featuring wine. You're featuring beer more than you're featuring wine. You're featuring cider more than you're featuring wine. There's actually less cider on this menu than there was last year, which is amazing to me. But if you're going to call it wine, you better feature wine. And it better be wine from the country that you're featuring it from. Or at least a reasonable approximation from the States. And just because they're in Hawaii, people don't want pineapple wine. It's frustrating. Thank you, David. The wine selection sucks at this festival. Totally sucks. There's so few. I want the wine. 100%. If you like wine and you're going to Food and Wine and you got there and only there was one wine or there were 4 to 5 booths that have a good amount of wine, either one wine or zero wines at other places, you would be irritated. Significantly irritated. I don't get it. It'd be like me going to a beer festival and everything being cider and wine. It's the same thing. Zip was kidding when he said it earlier, but why don't they just call it food and IPAs? Might as well. Food and beverage would be fine. Food and food and sips and snacks, whatever. I bring my own wine and keep it in my room. There you go, Wendy B. That's what we do too. But like, I don't get it. It's false advertising is what it is. Food and liquids that you drink. Yes. Drinkable liquids. Food and water. All this talk, I'm seriously about to go get a beer, though. It's real close. It's real close. Oysters Rockefeller, solid, I'm sure. I mean, I feel like this one, Coastal Eats, is like a far cry from what it used to be. Like, I remember eating some stuff from here in 2019, the night before an hour before the Beverly Challenge. Everyone's like getting ready and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to go over there and eat more food. No, I understand. If you aren't a wine drinker, then it's understandable. And honestly, if you're not a drinker, of all the festivals, this doesn't have a lot of non-alcoholic beverages. I don't feel like I'm wrong on that. I feel like the spring one, Flower and Garden Wine and Food, has more non-alcoholic options. That would be real interesting. Food does soak up the Beverly Sanudo. But I think it screwed me out of winning, to be honest. Coastal Eats was one, right, Wendy? I'm telling you, there was a lot of good stuff there. But there's no non-alcoholic. Yeah, I mean, Kenneth, I get that. I mean, I see it two ways. One, if you're there for the food, you're there for the food. If you're there for food and wine, there's no wine. At least not a lot. If you're there for food and drink in general, and you're okay having a drink here and whatever, or like me, multiples, because I like it, then I get that. But if you're the type of person that really enjoys a good mocktail, and to be honest, the way things are moving these days with just in general, they should be able to make a lot of cocktails that are mocktails that are cocktails-esque, non-alcoholic cocktails that aren't just your standard sweet beverage. But I'll bet you they didn't have a lot of people buying them. Jeanette says, this is the most boring festival to me. I'm not a drinker. I'll have a drink, but not a drinker. And there just isn't anything else. There's no art or flowers or multicultural Santas. Agreed. It's not. I mean, this was the OG, and everyone loved it for the food. Now you can get food at every single festival plus something. This is the only festival I've ever been to. I've never been to Flower and Garden. I want to go to Arts like it's going out of style. They're only selling stuff that people are going to buy. I agree. I mean, I get it, DizRN. I get it. But it'd be interesting. It is. I mean, the thing is all it turns into we just have more places to go get food for 5 months. Can we shorten this festival and just make farts longer? Tina, I agree. I mean, I think farts should definitely. I mean, so you have Flower and Garden, right? Like you could theoretically move that 2 months and then keep make farts longer. I don't see anyone being upset with more farts. I think that they should offer farts for several months. I said all of those intentionally so that they can all be grabbed at some point. Joy likes it when farts are longer, right? So, you know. Someone asked something. Flower and Garden, David. Hold on. Time out. Flower and Garden, David. The food is better than parks are more beautiful. Don't tell anyone. I won't. Someone asked if there was something. It was Wendy. Is Coastal still doing the Cape Codder drink? I didn't see it. So Coastal eats. Yeah, they have it right here. Boom, right there. We're good. Cool. With vodka. Always with vodka. Cool. Sarah, what's up? How are you? That's the thing, Wendy B. It's too short. If they made it where it was from, the issue is it's pinned in between two, right? Like you can't do it earlier because you got Christmas directly into race weekend and they don't want to have farts and race weekend on the same weekend because that'd be super bad, super duper bad. But they could start farts a little bit earlier, right after race weekend, and then extend it further into March, maybe even April, to be honest. And then you could theoretically start Flower and Garden in April. And honestly, I don't see what the reason to switch this stuff over. You could theoretically make farts just roll into Flower and Garden. And at the end of it, you have 50,000 booths and they're not all open for farts. So you keep those open. And then as you get to the end of farts, you start rolling out some of the Flower and Garden Festival, right? It would be really interesting if they just did it that way. Yeah, take farts in the March, 100%. You could actually do it in April, I think. I honestly think you could. It wouldn't be terrible. Connections Cafe. Why are we even talking about this? They have a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know why. So we got new beverages here from Joffrey's, unofficial, official coffee sponsor of this place. Not really, but I wish. They have some good stuff. If you eat enough of those impossible foods, there'll be a lot of things rolling out of your farts. It's fair, so you know. American Adventure is the mocha cold brew, and then the spirited version with peanut butter Irish cream. That's what we need. We need more peanut butter whiskeys. We need just tons of them. Disney Traders is the Java Horchata. Canada Frozen Roseberry. Interesting. And the Amaretto. None of those make me happy at all. And maybe the one with the orange. That'd be interesting. Amaretto with orange. That'd be really interesting. Refreshment port. So festival item is cinnamon sugar beaver tail. Is it real beaver tail? I doubt it. And then everything else is your traditional poutines and nuggets and such. Tangerine Cafe. Is Tangerine Cafe actually opening as Tangerine Cafe ever again? I sure wish it would, because I could handle this all year. Grilled kebabs. The falafel pita was super good. And then hummus is hummus. I mean, I think that you could do that. And the pistachio cake was pretty solid. That video should be coming out in a couple weeks from last year. Where we ate stuff there. It was pretty solid. Again, fig hard cider, why? Raspberry citrus hard cider, why? Blake's hard cider, why? None of this is like local cideries. I mean, now granted, there's not a lot of apple trees in Florida. I get it. But yeah. Never been to Arts because of the time frame. Yeah, look, my thing is that if I am going to Florida in January, it's probably it's okay to eat. You're good. He'll be fine, kids. If I'm going in January, I'm going for race weekend. Even if I don't race, I'm going for race weekend because there are a ridiculous amount of people that are going to be there for race weekend that I know. It's just it, right? Like, if I'm doing it that weekend, which sucks because there's no farts. People travel different times of the year and want to make a festival. I think the festivals go too long or get old as time goes on, although fun for locals because of the concerts. I agree. I think they focused a significant amount on the concerts, Amy, 100%. Race weekend next year, let's see. Run Disney. Let us look. We shall look. Virtual 10Ks for Christmas, yada, yada, yada. Races, events. The Walt Disney World Marathon is 3rd to the 7th this year. It's always the weekend after New Year's. So that's when. So true. I've only gone for race weekend and leave right before Arts. It sucks, Tim. And my thing is that that's not going to be a long trip for me because our family trip is in the summer because Brandy's off work. Anyways, she doesn't get a ton of time off because she teaches. So if everything lines up correctly, then maybe we can go that weekend. But that's not happening in 2023 because we're planning one for later in the year for our 20th anniversary. So she's gonna have to take time off for that. So we can't go down for farts. And Amy, back to your point, like I know everyone wants to go to these things, and I was always super bummed that like we would go in August. You know, we'd always rotate between June and August, and maybe a July trip here and there. And especially when we had annual passes, we would go 1 year in August, and then it would roll through to the next August, and we could go in June or July and not have to worry about. We got 2 trips out of our annual passes, which is the point of getting an annual pass. At least for us, it is. I know a lot of people go more often. But for us, we would get 20 some days in the parks just because we'd go on 2 10-day trips, 12-day trips, whatever they are, over 2 years. And that's just how we rolled. So it would always make me sad the years we went in August and we'd see all the booths, but they didn't open for another 4 days. I was like, ugh, super sad. So the first time, we went down for Galaxy's Edge opening, and it was going to be the same day as Food and Wine opening. And I was going to be there for Food and Wine. I mean, whew. I was super pumped. Yeah, Debbie, I also want to go. I really do. I think that it would be fantastic. Brandy loves art. Like, it'd be perfect for us to go. She would absolutely love it. So, Sanudo, you're ridiculous. But yeah, so look, I think there could be some changes made for sure. For sure. But like, is it just me? Is it really just me that like I know we said that this one's blasé, but like for real, I'm just kind of like whatever. I'm not like I feel like there's less. I don't mean whatever. That's bad. I actually enjoy being there for food and wine, but like there's I feel like there's more things that people love as a favorite at Flower and Garden as opposed to Food and Wine. I don't know. I might be wrong, but that's how I feel. I know I eat too much. Not really a foodie. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. It's blasé, David. Feels like lazily planned. Yeah. How big is the fillet? It's not that big, Sanudo. The fillet's like 3 ounces, maybe 4. Yeah, I mean, Sean, you're exactly right. It's about the concerts, and you might get lucky. Or if you have the capacity to move your vacation a week or two because there's someone you actually want to go see, cool. But here's the real thing. That is a local thing. That is for locals, personal opinion, or someone that's going down for it specifically. Here's why. It is a good 3 ounces, Dizarn. Here's why. If I'm the standard person going on vacation, if I'm coming from Pennsylvania and I'm going for 5 days, and I'm like, oh, cool, Boys to Men is at Epcot, and I would love to go see them. Are you going to spend your time waiting in line to go see a Boys to Men concert at Epcot, or are you going to do all the stuff at Epcot that you want to do? Or are you going to go on Guardians of the Galaxy if your number's called because you waited and you didn't get it till late? Are you going to go on Ratatouille? Are you going to go on Frozen? Are you going to go on Soarin'? Because it's the only time you get to see it. If you're going every year or every other year, those are probably more important than anything at the concerts. Has Food and Wine become about the concerts now and not about the festival? I mean, Mandy V, I guess. I mean, it was kind of touching on that. I think that they saw, and I could be completely wrong. Locals, you can probably tell me better. I feel like Universal really kicked it up with their concerts because the Eat to the Beat series used to be like every rock band from 1965. Like that was it. They weren't trying to compete with Universal putting on real concerts with real people that are relevant in music. I can't wait to see Boys to Men. Those words have never been put together before. You're probably correct, Sanudo. But like, is that the thing? Are they attempting to play in that ballpark with Universal? Like, actually have like they know their audience. They know who's going to be there. They know that it's a bunch of millennials and me. I guess I'm still kind of a millennial, I guess. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of people in their 30s with kids, 30s, 40s with kids that want to see music that they know. Like, are they smart about that? And that's why they're doing it. And that's why it feels like they've made the change. I'll argue this. I even think the bands are better as a solid lineup at Flower versus Food and Wine. I'd have to look at both. I don't know, Wendy. I think that I always forget because it's Steve just reading off, and I always forget which festival it is whenever it's like this, and this. But I feel like there were 2 last year where I was attempting to go down in September. I know it. I forget who. Maybe it was Hoobastank. I don't know. I don't know. But like the big thing is that okay, so Flower and Gardens are better, but that's not this time of year. Like, are there concerts at Universal that they're trying to get locals to come and spend their Friday night? Kenneth, are you Gen X? I'm a Xennial technically. I'm 1980, so we're right in between. We're the lost micro generation because we're like Gen X a ton, where we actually like paper and pencils and writing things down. but we grew up and we were young enough to get we're young enough to understand computers more so. Nothing says this is a great venue to watch a concert, like having multiple trees in your view. Sunudo, I don't disagree. I think that I think that the venue is just kind of meh. Like they actually should put a venue in. 75, Kenneth, you're definitely the tail end of Gen X. You know, Xenial, though, it's 77 to 83, which is the Star Wars years. They've also extended it out from 75 to 85. If we want to get into all that talk. But there are no concerts that entice me, DizRN. Okay. Haven't looked. It's interesting for sure. But, you know, the big thought process issue, whatever. Hardcore Gen X, says Wendy B. Love it. Yeah. But I mean, you look at a bunch of Gen Xers. Do my rants play well to the Gen X crowd? Is that where we're at with this whole thing? It's very Gen X of me. Jeff does look like a tree. He's like the tall version of Groot. Just found Dave's target audience, 100%. Hey, look it. I get it. We like to plan. We actually think for ourselves. Did I say this out loud? I don't know. I'd actually like to take a real test, not one on Face Page, about which way you lean as the Xenial that I am, whether I lean more towards millennial or Gen X. I'd like to take an actual test. Rand's hit 2 gens, I think. It's possible. My rants. I feel blessed to be able to come on here and rant like I normally do. And it'd be super entertaining for you all. Yep, you're young enough to think that you're more fun than I, but not so young that you make me feel ancient. Rants are multi-generational. You think so? I attempt to see it all. Yeah. Dave rants are multi-generational. That should be on a t-shirt somewhere. For sure. Do I sleep rant? I have talked in my sleep before. I don't know if I sleep rant. I'll have to ask Brandy if I've ever ranted in my sleep. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that'd be interesting. Get one of those cameras and just leave it out. We had a Dawson sleepwalk about a month ago. It was very entertaining. Always are. But yeah, so look, I would buy a Dave Rant t-shirt. Debbie, they're coming. Debbie, are you setting me up to talk about the fact that the Etsy store is going to be live in a couple weeks and there's going to be a hashtag Dave Rant t-shirt that I don't have in front of me? But it's coming. Dave Rant t-shirts will be for sale soon. I actually have about 6 other ones that I want to make and then put them all up at the same time. Not Dave Rant, but other Brandy and Dave-esque topics. I have a list, but I don't know where it is. But anywho, yeah, that will be coming at some point. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So look, I guess I can do this and be a big talking head again. I'm a big talking head. Cool. What else we got going right now? I'm 100% not caught up on Secret Invasion. Let's see. What else? Winston, it's okay. It's okay. Hello. Kenneth, thank you for posting. Patreon is live. Appreciate it. Link is there. Behind the scenes. And what else? Random stuff. And Patreon live stream / hangout once a month. Episode 3 of Secret Invasion was something. And you definitely need to watch. Yeah. So, and that's kind of where I'm at, Kenneth. So I was planning on watching Secret Invasion last night. But I decided to start Jack Ryan, and I thought it was just one episode of Jack Ryan, and I was going to do that, and then watch Secret Invasion after that. But it's 2 episodes of Jack Ryan, and I was confused, so I almost watched the second one, but I didn't, and then I went to bed because I'm old. So, actually, I've been up late all week. Oh, I know what happened. I went on with Dad Bods and guest songs. All right, so I will check out episode 3 of Secret Invasion. Is it something isn't good, Kenneth, or something isn't bad? Or something isn't just, something? Not 100% sure. Yeah. It's all right. Cool. Cool. So, what else did we have from Disney World news this week? Not a ton. It really depends on how the next episode goes. It could fall apart or be really cool. Did Joy cheat on the songs last night? I don't think she did. I don't think so, Sanudo. I think Chris needs to institute a timer for the chat to throw out what the right answers are. Like give it 15 seconds or whatever, right? So yeah, that was fun. It was a good time. I've seen a lot of this everything citrus at Disney Springs. Haven't looked completely into it. Seen a bunch of stuff out there. So if you guys want to go check that out, go for it. I think I saw WW couple. What are they these days? Travel with Josh and Taylor, I think. It's the official title now. Changing YouTube names on me. I don't know them anymore. But cool. Cool. Whew, I think that's it. I really do. Unless anyone's got something else. Anyone, any questions? Nate, have a citrus stuff vlog? Yeah, Kenneth, I watched Panda's stream a couple Tuesdays ago when they went over the menu, and it looked really good. The only thing is like they used all these really, really big words for basic standard things. Hi, Winston. What are you doing? You being a good puppy? Are you? I think you are. I was just thinking that I already took my contacts. I have to decide if I'm going to watch Harry Potter with him now. Is Chris actually watching Harry Potter tonight? Or is that just his title of his stream? I haven't figured that out yet. Thoughts? Did you hear that Bob Iger wants an extension already? I did not hear that. It does not surprise me. Actually, it kind of does. I figured he'd want out at some point. But I don't know. Maybe. Interesting, Kenneth. HP3. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, it's Prisoner of Azkaban too? Yeah, okay. I'm here for it. 100%. I have Jack Ryan to watch, though, so that's probably on my docket. Then I'm going to bed because I'm tired. Thought he planned on staying longer than originally planned. He may have, Gene. I honestly, I didn't look, haven't read the news. I unlike others, just kind of go with the flow on who's in charge and not get mad until they do stupid things like paycheck did. I'm really interested to see. I mean, if we're talking about planning or stuff overall, yeah, Gene, Jack Ryan is great so far. If we're talking about stuff overall, though, I'm interested to see how the beginning of next year goes with the dining plan coming back, with hopefully some real changes to Stupid Fast Pass or Genie Plus, as they call it, just from the capacity that they said they're going to make it easier. Don't know how they made it any easier doing what they did. They just tried to make it more of a money play. I'm also interested to see if people said we're skipping 2023 because 2024 is going to allegedly be easier. We'll just go next year. That's the real question. Is it going to be crazy next year, or have the lower crowds that you hear anecdotally that they have now, if that's going to continue? Like I may be crossing my holidays, but the 4th of July stream at Epcot did not seem very busy. I may be thinking of New Year's Eve, which always looks crazy busy. Maybe it was just the fact that it was light out and not dark out, so you actually got to figure out depth perception when you were watching it. But man, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Gene, I don't know. I mean, we're skipping 2023 for other reasons. Otherwise, we would have gone. But it's not. I could see people saying, "Well, we're going to go next year." It's also really interesting to me what's going to be announced for 2025 for them to attempt to play off of Epic Universe opening. So wearing a Disney tee in the grocery store and got accosted about why I thought Disney was not crowded by a worker. Really interesting. Skipping 2023 in general, just overall, Sanudo, you're just skipping the year. Yeah, Epic Universe opens in 2025, so I don't know what Disney is going to do to piggyback off of that. I think decreasing crowds, many factors involved, starting with lackluster successes of new release movies. IMHO, I agree. 4th of July was busy at night, but during the day was so hot, so many stayed away. Okay, makes sense. I mean, it was a scorcher. It was a scorcher everywhere. Iger recently said he thought prices at Disney were too expensive. What that means, I don't know. It means that they're going to have another price hike in February like they always do. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic if he was the Disney CEO that either stopped hiking prices or lowered them. I highly doubt he's going to lower ticket prices, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to say, look, we hear you. We get it. We're going to keep the prices where they are. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I literally have the budget over here for what, if we do everything, what Disney's going to cost, and it's not good. Maybe Disney goes all in for 2024, knowing 2025 might be an L with Epic Universe. So, Gene, that's interesting. I would think that the real thing is going to be Disney announcing something in 2024, or it would make sense if they announced it next year. Actually, it would make even more sense if they announced it this year at D23, and then dropped significant additions, because they've already said they're spending a bajillion billion million dollars on new parks. The interesting part is whether or not they're going to announce a significant renovation at Magic Kingdom and also an Animal Kingdom. I think that they would do both of those leading into 2025 if they can get it done in 2 years, or announcing a new park in 26, just to say, hold my beer after Epic Universe opens. So Bob Iger, I can't believe Bob Chapek nickel and dimed you to death. 6 months after Chapek is gone, Disney still nickel dime. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Maybe Disney goes all in for 2024 and 2025. I would think it'd be 2026. Like, honestly, they might just take the L in 25 and attempt to piggyback off of it with some good deals, get people to stay longer. Universal's going to go from a 3-day to a 4-day, maybe a 5-day, just because of how busy it's going to be. So maybe attempt to add a 4-day ticket, similar to what they did this year with the $99 per day with the ticket. And or a room deal on top of it, or whatever. The 3rd and 4th were super busy at night. During the day, they're walking out. Yeah, really. 2024 will be Tiana's Bayou, 100%. I get that. So bounce backs are back. I saw that. I haven't done one either. That's interesting. I know a lot of people that really took advantage of those. I could see a couple of D23. They greenlit Beyond Big Thunder Mountain plans, even Dino Land replacement. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at, Noah. I think the Beyond Thunder Mountain needs fleshed out more. It's just they gave like 3 options, and they should really just do a complete Villains Land. It'd be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And then the Animal Kingdom one, I think it's awesome if they drop Zootopia in there. I don't think we need a Moana land over there. That's just kind of weird. Disney pulled their prices down. I'd shift to 3 trips a year in a heartbeat, but for now I can only do 2 budget-wise. Kenneth, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, didn't do 1 this year. Normally we just do 1. Next year and we're not doing 1 this year so that we can do 2, potentially 3 next year. And they're not going to be full family trips. It's 1 full family trip, and then Dawson and I once, and probably Brandy and I for the other one. If not, it might just be me to go run. So Disney pulled the prices down, shift to 3 trips. Yeah, okay, we read that one already. Yeah, Kenneth, we'll figure it out. I'll hit me up. Yeah, it's good times. But we'll see. I mean, the next few years it gets really interesting. I mean, this is the time that Universal could easily strike at Disney and actually make ground up, I think. There's a lot of people that are very blasé. Like was noted earlier, there's no buzz around the Disney Corporation for the first time in a long time. Really, and the buzz might actually be negative as opposed to positive for some people, or positive instead of or negative instead of neutral. Just depends, right? But you don't have an epic Marvel movie coming. You don't in the next 6 months. You don't have an epic Star Wars movie coming. You don't have an epic movie of any caliber coming. One where everyone is going to go out and see. You hoped it was Indiana Jones, and it obviously wasn't. I haven't looked at updated numbers, but it's not good. But it is super interesting that there's the Tiana Bayou Adventure in 2024. Great, but that's not in the next 6 months. And it's 1 ride. It's not a land. It's not a new park. And it's a retheming of an old ride at that. It's not a new ride. It's not like Ratatouille going in. So I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll look great. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. And it'll be a favorite of a lot of people. Everyone loves a flume ride. I'm sure it will look fantastic. And I'm thinking right now, I can't think of anything else in 2024 that super excited about. Park-wise, right? Switch stocks will go up. Yep, that's true. If ever Universal had a chance, it's now. It's 100% true, right, Wendy? I would wait to visit Epic Universe like a year after opening. No, yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I also would really like to be there just to see it. I mean, I haven't been. Here's my thing. I haven't been to Universal in since 2005. So the fact that it's coming back in 2025 and that'll be 20 years since I've been there, let's rock and roll. I'm excited that our AI overlords will be running the country in 2024. Is that going to happen, Sanudo? Should have done it the way they did James Bond, change the actor every handful of films to keep them young. Gene, that's actually a really good take. It's a really good take. Like reboot it. Like, well, look what they did with Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan was Alec Baldwin for a film, Harrison Ford for 2, Ben Affleck for 1, and now you got John Krasinski in the series. And I really don't understand why they're stopping the series at 4. I know that there's the Rainbow Six coming out, which is still kind of the Jack Ryan, that universe, right? Man, why can't I think of his name? Tom Clancy universe, the Tom Clancy multiverse, like everything else. Once Epcot is complete, they will announce the next big project, most likely Animal Kingdom. Everyone is sick of all the walls. I agree, Tim. The biggest thing Disney needs to figure the F out when they start doing these projects is how to complete them in less than 3 damn years. COVID aside, still, we all know that it's like, coming in 2097. Like, it's just whatever. Finish Epcot. I get it. Yeah, I agree. Epcot will never be done. Yeah, right, Sean. Wish Epcot had trees. Be great. It'd be great. I mean, World Showcase is fantastic. It's the hottest park. It'd be great if it had a little shade. That's for sure. They take their sweet time of construction. Look what Universal's done. I mean, I'm not saying like I get it. I get it. A lot of times they want to space their stuff out. They have marketing that goes along with it, like all of that. I understand that. But look, it is not 1996 anymore. The pace of life now is significantly faster with the internet. And if you can't be on top of everything, it's kind of like Disney's social media team. It's like everything has to be prim and proper and perfect and Disney and whatever. Like, why don't you give it to 6 cast members that are just super Disney and just let them go? Because I guarantee that they could crush social media in general. It's crazy. You see the Epcot construction for the monorail. It's massive. It is massive. I know it's not small. But that doesn't mean that you like hire people. Like, get more contractors in. I'd be willing to do social media for Disney in a heartbeat as well, Kenneth. Tsunuda says, FYI, Netflix market cap is higher than Disney. Who would have ever thought that? That is 100% true. Which surprises the heck out of me because Netflix is like minus The Witcher right now. I don't know if there's anything else I want to watch on it. It's probably not true, but I'm being a little facetious on that one for sure. Cool. It's massive, but holy cow, the speed is. The thing is Wendy, you're right, because they're not building 3 massive rides. Take a step back. How long did it take for Cosmic Rewind? Let's not even talk about Tron. I know it had its issues, but come on, man. Tron took like 7 years. It wasn't 7, but it was a lot. It was 5, wasn't it? 2018 to 23. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So we'll see. We'll see. We got a lot. We got the fake D23 in Orlando here shortly. Right, Wendy. 2017 was when Tron was first announced at D23, right? And then I think they broke ground in 2018, right? Right, Noah? I think so. So, but it's crazy to me. I'm like, whew. Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, hey, look, it's 8:41. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. You guys cool with the 7:00 time frame? Yes? No? Thumbs up. Cool. We're gonna do that moving forward. 7:00, probably 7 to 8:30 for sure. Maybe 7 to 9. We'll figure it out. Cosmic Rewind. I can kind of forgive as it's innovative, but Tron and Rat were carbon copies 100%. Moana was a water feature on steroids. I 100% agree. Jeanette, 100% agree. Universal has access to the same contractors. Look at their pace. Just saying. That's my issue. That's what I'm saying. It's not like everyone who's building a theme park or building something in Florida is running into this this issue with snail's pace. People like the was it Drone or was it what's his face? I can't think of his name on Twitter right now. The dude who does the flyovers. Anywho, I forget. But the pictures look fantastic. They have stuff in already. It's crazy. All right, cool. So listen, appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be great. Stuff coming out here shortly. New vlog Tuesday. Have the baseline Brown Derby one. Tim, I missed your question by the way. It was which bar are we starting at? Which bar are we finishing at? The bar we would start at would be baseline, and the bar we would finish at is Bellevue Lounge, and we can talk about it later. That sounds like a good topic, just in general. Cool, but yeah, 100%. So go check those out if you want to join the Patreon. Link is down below. Also, check out Disfluencers podcast. It starts tomorrow. It is back. It is back, baby. It will drop tomorrow. I think 7 a.m. I don't know, something along those lines. But on all of your BioReconstruct, thank you, Jeanette. Yes, I'd be okay with baseline Ogas, but baseline Bellevue is pretty solid, dude. But yeah, check out the podcast tomorrow if you would. That'd be fantastic. It's on all of your podcasting outlets. Other than that, I will be back Sunday. There will be a podcast live someday this week. I'm shoring all of those plans up currently. Might be Tuesday at 9. Might be Thursday. Not sure. So we're figuring out. What's the name of the podcast again? It is the Disfluencers podcast. Do you guys want the Spotify link? I can do that. Okay. Disfluencers on that. Also, there will be there's a YouTube podcast playlist on YouTube. You can go watch the video on there. It's actually video on Spotify now. This is great. I love recording it as video. Before it was just audio, and frankly, I went back and listened to it, and man, I had some audio issues that I needed to fix a lot sooner. It's 100% on me. But yeah, so it's around. Also, I created a podcast list for this as well. Not sure if they will ever have YouTube just audio anywhere when you're running around. But that's that. Is it on Google Podcasts or just Spotify? It is on. I'll tell you in a second. I think it's on all of them. Give me a second. Anchor. Spotify bought Anchor. I run this through Anchor. Just give me a hot minute here. This one's our podcast. I feel like this is under settings. Here we go. Looks like I have to redo some of this. At any rate, apparently it's not. We'll see if it pushes the Apple tomorrow. Yeah, I know, Snudo. It's not tomorrow yet. Let me see. It's still available there. All right, I'm gonna have to play with this. I'll play with it off, whatever. 2020. Yeah, I know. I get it. It's a long time ago. Check it out on Spotify tomorrow. Link's there. I'll have to go check it out. I've been lying the entire time, saying that it's going to be everywhere. But listen, appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. We'll catch you, if not Tuesday, we'll catch you Wednesday on D&T. Go check out Dad Bod's watch Harry Potter. If you want to drop the link, cool. But good night, all. Love you all. See you real soon. Bye.